Happy Monday! How's your Monday morning going? Or Monday night or evening going? Okay, so today I don't have a guest. It's okay. I can do my own. So I really wanted to tell you about my friend's stories. And then my friend, he came last week, and then he found himself by doing like what's inside him, right? By doing repeating simple things. And then he had a aha moment when Oprah's way, right? What is called like aha moment by doing simple act. So I want to just kind of, oh, thank you. Good morning. So it might not be perfect because whatever he talked in Japanese, I put it into my words, like, in English. So this is my perspective. Hey, good morning, Angela. Oops. Hey, Nishi-chan. I'm going to talk about you, Nishi-chan, in English from my perspective. So I did as much as I can. So the reason he came because I was so impressed. He posts every morning. He polish 5 yen Japanese coin. About maybe like, what is it called? Not the dime. Like it's 5 cents, right? So, okay, he polished every morning, and then that's the routine. And then by polishing it, what he awares of it is like it's kind of hard to put in there. So what he awares of it, he just by polishing it, it's dirty, it's like tarnished, and then he just realized that it's getting shinier and shinier. And then just like, hey, this is me. He found himself, right? It's kind of hard to explain like this. Like he found himself by polishing it. This is me, inside me. I can polishing, like keep polishing it. I find myself. So he said, by simple act, being consistent, doing like you can find yourself. You don't need find yourself. Actually, you don't need to search. Okay, I have to find myself. I have to find who I am. I have to go now, somewhere. Like a lot of people, they trying to find themselves, like or trying to identify themselves what is around them, right? But actually, he said, you know what? I realize that I have everything inside, but without doing these simple things, I couldn't find like this, right? This is dirty. I couldn't find who I am. So, like I just like, hey, that's really nice. So I just like, okay, I have to feel the aha moment. I have to feel how I felt, how he felt, right? So sure enough, couple days after, like yesterday, I took Buddy for a walk, and I just like, I walk same place. I go to same place every morning. And then like, it's funny, yesterday I found 18 pennies on the ground. 18 pennies. They were really dirty and like really yucky, super tarnished. And then I just like, I have to pick them up. I have to feel how my friends, I have to learn through my action what he was talking about. So I was on the ground. I picked pennies. 18 of them. They weren't usually there, or I never noticed they were there. They were on the ground, but it was so funny, right? As soon as you put attention, awareness, you will just you will find the stuff you need to learn, you're supposed to do, right? I'm very believed that way. I love Oprah too, actually. Oprah talks those things too, right? So there were 18 of them. So it's too much for me. I could do it maybe one polish a day, but I just like, maybe not. I wasn't sure. So I just like, okay, I am going to Google. I'm going to polish two things first. So it's just like, okay, use a eraser. Okay, the Google says. So I just like kind of use eraser, right? It was really, really tarnished, dark. But by polishing it, look at that. I found, look at this. It's shiny. It was really, I think you guys seen it. It was really tarnished, dirty. I posted on the story yesterday on my stories. So you guys seen the transformations, right? And then like I got like lots of shiny things now. And then I realized that I was just like kind of polishing it, right? And then I felt soothing. And then I just like felt like all like it's writing right now exist right now is me and coin and eraser. And the acting just kept polishing. It's very simple, but I found myself because if you want to polish, you have to concentrate, act your actions, right? You have to into it. By putting attentions or by putting attention your act, actually it's like almost meditate. And then I just forgot. I think I did it almost half day. I feel really good. I felt the moment in like meditations in this, in the moment too. Feels like I was meditating. And then I know I wanted to have some sweets and treats, but I even forgot to eat. So I just like, you know what? This works. Say, I decided to go on a diet. Say like, oh, I don't want to, I maybe try not to eat cookies. So say like, maybe when I do have a moment, I commit myself, I don't eat cookie at night. So I just like, you know what? Maybe I can bring a coins. Hey, good morning. When I have the moment, maybe I can bring a coin. Like, everybody has a coin, right? The search, it's Coach under there. Or maybe by the washing machines or like, go to kids' room, like on the floor. Always pennies or always some coins around too, right? And then, hey, good morning. So when I do have a moment, I just like, all I need is dirty coins and eraser or whatever. You can just polish it. My friend said, you can use a ketchup and then you can also use a mayonnaise. I think it's acid helps too, right? So you can just start doing it. Like just, keep polishing it. And they're just like, feels good, shiny, right? And then you even forget you really wanted to have the cookies. 10 minutes. That's my things too. And another thing is when I feel frustrated, when I starting to don't have myself, I notice like, this is not me. I get frustrated. I get stressed out. Sometimes I go to the kitchen. I start polishing. Have you ever had experience after you polish the pans, you feel good? That's a therapy too, actually, right? So yeah, like I just had a great therapy. And I found 18 pennies on the ground by doing, and also felt like I made 18 cents. Anyway, so I'm going to go back to my friend's story. So he was polishing occasionally. Hey, good evening. Right? He was polishing the first, he wasn't sure. Really? Because his mentor said, if you want to make your life better, polish coins. He just like, really? But he was kind of doing occasionally. And then he wasn't really into it. But the one day when he had aha moment, right? And that aha moment was, he was in Japan. That's happened in Japan, okay? He was in a convenience store and he bought a lunch box. It's called bento box, lunch box. And And there is a little corner, there was a desk, corner at the convenience store. There was a desk, and then says, if you want to have a lunch, you can have a lunch right there. So he just like, okay. He brought his lunch and sit down and he start eating lunch. And after that, in Japan, it's like if you go to convenience store and you buy lunch, and then at the convenience you automatically get those like wipes in a little package too. So he finished eating lunch. He's got those like the wipes, and then beside him, because usually those wipes usually just wipe the hands, wipe the mouth, but he just like after he eats, he's just like, you know what? Okay, I'll clean the table. That's I understand. Lots of people, they do that too, right? I do that too, actually. When I go to the restaurants, right? I know I don't have to do it, but after dinner, after we eat, I kind of tend to clean the table because I feel bad leaving mess on the table. I know waitress gonna clean it. I know bus girls gonna do it. But I feel like it's disrespect. I just want to feel, I don't know. That's me. Good evening. So he was doing it. He was just kind of wiping table with wet cloth, right? Hey, good morning. Thank you for showing up. And then he was just using those wipes and the table. And then that was just his daily action, actually. But he noticed, like, okay, I was just wiping it. But if I engage my action right now, this moment, instead of wiping it, I'm going to engage myself and table. And he said, I am going to polish, right? Instead of wiping it. So he's starting to get really, really into cleaning the table. And then he didn't have to do that because that wasn't his table. That was like the table at the convenience store, right? But the customers have lunch. He didn't have to do that, but he just like, you know what? I was doing it. And I realized that. And just like he said, I realized how important to take care of stuff really good with lots of respect. That's what he said. And also how important to engage in with me and action. Like it's like now moment, right? What I'm doing right now, I have to engage myself. So he said, polishing table, me, those just kind of just exist. It's kind of hard to explain. I'm doing my best. Thank you for your patience. So he realized it. It's like putting attention, like, having awareness, what you're doing or what you are, stuff you're surrounded with. That's so important. So after that, he said, oh, this is something to do. I can use this technique to a human too. Because he used to think, or like he used to, just like everybody else, we see somebody, we always put a judgment to somebody. If somebody looks miserable from outside, we kind of tend to judge, right? Like, oh, I think it's so hard to get along with. He looks miserable. He seems to be angry, right? Or if somebody's always quiet, it's even if who they are, right? Who she is, like herself is quiet. Maybe, you might think, oh, she doesn't talk to me. I guess she doesn't like me. Like you put the judgment yourself. But he realized that before judging yourself, before you put a judgment, right? Judge somebody else. Why don't I try to face, right? Or put attention to him or her, observe, right? And then you can judge. But he said most of the case, when I observe people, most people almost everybody, they're nice. And then he found himself, he used to have a problem just, with people. And he used to have difficulty to get along with people, to be with people. But now, after that, he found himself, I used to have a problem. I thought I used to have a problem, but wasn't their problem. The problem came from me because I had a judgment, right? Or I didn't observe them, who she is or who he is. So who he was and who she was. So before you judge somebody, just like take the judgment out of it. So you just kind of starting to connect with people without judgment. And then he said, since then, I have better relationship with people. And then, you know what? I feel better myself. And then after that, he said, realize that I thought I used to have a lot of problem. And then to solve the problem, I try to find solutions, like, from outside. I have to look for something else, somebody else. It's gonna be, how do I say? No, actually, he just said, that's what he said. He said, I always thought I don't have enough. I'm not perfect, I don't have enough. And I'm not good, right? He always put himself down, just like everybody else. I'm the same way, right? Right? So, but he found it, I have enough. I have everything inside me, right? So, but he said, by polishing coins, keep doing it, right? He's gonna, by just simple do actions, he's gonna just polishing it, he's gonna find the shiny, right, things inside himself. Because we all are inside ourselves, we always have shiny. Like our soul is shiny, right? So he's just always just kind of seeing himself by polishing his coins. So I wish I could tell a better way, but I have to try it. But it's okay. It's okay to be messy. This is my first time I was talking about him in English, so it's okay. I have to keep trying. So I really get it. I really get what he said, right? So okay. I really get it what he said, but I almost lost myself what I was talking about. Sorry, lady. So, it's just like, okay, well, where did I go there? Somebody help me. Okay. Yeah, so it's kind of like, hold on, let me see. Yeah. And so when I go there, I do a lot of things too, right? Yeah. So yeah, he realized that we have everything inside. And then I think like it's kind of the things like mid-age, like, him, I'm sure I'm 50 years old. I don't know how old he is, but I'm sure around his age, right? It's like when we were born and then we were like that, right? And then as we grow up, we got all kinds of things that, being surrounded by all kinds of things, like it just like this is what you should be, or this is what I have to do it, like societies or like everybody else kind of put you in how do I say, the things like this is what you should do, right? It's good because we need those things around it too, right? So it helps to grow, right? It helps to find who you are, right? But and then like we sometimes by doing it, what everybody else think it's good, and then you sometimes lose yourself. And then when you starting to feel like this is not me, and then you start to feel heavy, you start questioning a lot of things, because I think ourselves, we have to be ourselves, right? For us, we have to be ourselves. I do believe most of the people, they wants to be themselves, but they're just so afraid of afraid of people's judgment, afraid of like what people's gonna think, right? But actually, I find it like it's just it's you have to have a courage to be yourself at my age too, right? By like just doing it, you have to first, you have to keep doing. Oh my gosh, it's really hard to translate action in English too. So he said I found myself by doing simple actions, like just routine too, because it's, and then showing how I am doing. And then just now he has a mentor, right, and doing this, and he has the people around him. Actually, he said from 5, okay, in the morning, he get up in the 5 o'clock in the morning, and 5:30, and he has a meeting, Zoom meeting, like 40 people or something in Zoom meeting. They want to just kind of get together, Zoom meetings about the people, like-minded people too, right? And then 10 minutes after that, hey, good morning. He has 10 minutes cleaning time. So I think it's a great idea. It's shiny, like taking care of your stuff, right? Polishing your stuff, right? Hey, thank you so much. Polishing your stuff, taking care of your stuff. It's so important. Like, if you feel you're not happy, or if you feel like you're not yourself, if you get stressed out, he said, sometimes you look around in a room, you look around, your room might not be messy. Your room might be messy. Or kitchen sink might not be polished. Or bathroom. He didn't say the bathroom, but myself, if I go washroom and the washroom, the bathroom is nice and shiny, I feel good. Or when I get frustrated, when I get stressed out, sometimes I polish pans, or I sometimes clean the kitchens, or I polish the floor. That makes me feel good, right? So he said it's like to make you feel good, just the simple actions. You never know. And if you keep doing that, you know how way you back. If you're starting losing yourself, if you're starting to feel stressed out, he said, polish the coin. He's gonna keep doing it. It's what he said in English is like, what he said in Japanese was deeper than that. I just didn't have enough knowledge to translate everything what he was. I didn't have enough knowledge, or I don't speak good enough English yet, right, to explain what he want to say. But that's okay. If I waited till I speak perfect English, I don't know when it's gonna happen. So my thing is, I have to start messy, and then I'll keep going. Anyway, this is what I did yesterday. I found a dirty pennies on the ground. I shouldn't say dirty. It's not Penny's fault. Penny is just doing the best. Their best things. But it was funny. Couple days after, he was talking about the polishing coins. And yesterday I found, oh, thank you so much, Christina. But yesterday I found 18 tarnished, sad looking pennies on the ground, right? Is it coincidence? Coincidence? I don't know. So what I have to do, I couldn't ignore them. I had to pick them up from the ground, and then I have to take them home, and I have to make them shiny again. And then, my husband and the kids, they thought I was weird, but actually I felt really good. Shiny coins. Anyway, that's it. Okay, so I did my best to explain what he said the other day, but I know I can do it. I can talk better, but I keep trying it. Anyway, I hope you guys gonna have I trust you will have a great day. Thank you so much for listening. Bye, guys.